Welcome to the fucking Grown Vibez.
Welcome to the fucking Grown Vibez.
No, welcome to the fucking Grown Vibez.
Welcome to the motherfucking Grown fucking Vibez.
We talking grown vibes. We talking grown vibes.
What do y'all feel like y'all are bringing to the table with that? What are y'all expectations?
So let's start from the beginning, okay? So again, for me personally, I personally have to go out. I don't go out. Yeah. You know, I choose to be single. That's the thing. I choose to be single because let's make it clear, I could get anybody I want.
This is the Culturecast Network. I'm your host, Brother Sixx. I'm with the Grown Vibez today. The Grown Vibez. Yes. You ladies have definitely been an inspiration. You know, while my show was down, y'all started y'all show, and that was definitely a motivator for me. I really appreciate that. For me, how I've looked at, these last 10 years, since high school, all that, it's like I've noticed that in the beginning, I would go apply for anything. You feel me? It didn't matter what it was. I would go apply for anything, and I didn't care what it was. I wasn't taking it serious, right? It didn't matter. But now I understand that every job is very important, from the tax people to what you do, the law firm, to the primary care doctor. Right. It all plays a major role that if you don't take that shit serious, you fucking with people's livelihood. Right. And when it's done to you, then it becomes the thing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't feel that shit unless, you in the jam and you need some help. And you call these people and you got a nasty person on the phone like you usually do.
Absolutely.
Then you always get a nasty person. It never fails. It's like, it's either a nasty person or it's a freaking foreigner. And I don't mean to say it like that, but I say it like that because it only makes sense that if I have a business, I'm going to structure that business to where if I got somebody calling and they're a foreigner, I want that foreigner to be able to talk to someone that they can understand. Right? So you match it up with at least by the zip code. Right. You know what I mean? Like, that in Baltimore, I'm not going to be able to understand a Pakistan person. Yeah. Like, that happened to me the other day, and he was supposed to take off the $100, but he took off the $8, and that caused me a whole bunch of other problems. Right. And it was like, that little thing can be everything to somebody. Now, if I really needed that $100 that bad, and it was like that, then that would have hurt me. Right. Yeah. So it's like, why do we have to experience these experiences for what, when somebody could just take that time to just make a simple switch of who these people can talk to and who they can't. Yeah. And it's just small things like that I've learned that in life as we've grown in these last 10 years. And you know what?
I can piggyback and agree off of that, because one of the jobs that I've had is working in customer service and actually being like in a call center at that too. And so being on the other side of it, like you said, now being an adult and calling into a call center, like I'm like, all right, now I know the shit that you have to do because I've done that. Just fucking take my fucking number down and get back to me, like some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be like something like, I know. And you know what? To be honest too, for those people that customer service workers that I do encounter, that I could tell like they really enjoy what they do, because I'm like that.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna make sure you have the greatest experience ever. You're gonna call in and want to talk to me.
You're gonna be lit when you talk to me.
Hell fucking yeah. So,
and going back to Sixx's point, I just think that everyone's in their position is equally important. Yeah. Whether you're mopping floors, whether you're taking out the trash, whether you're answering the phone calls, that job is just important as any other position and field.
It all
that
plays
you're
a
in.
role. Yeah. It all fills in with each other.
Exactly.
And the recognition too. Like, I will recognize that. Like, if you're giving me a great experience because I'm gonna do that too, I'll be like, hey, is there a survey or something? Like, I will.
That's
like,
my mom
take the
too.
time like to do that if it's a stressful situation that I'm calling, and I'm like, all right, because I've been and had those phone calls where I've talking to maybe somebody that I didn't understand, or somebody that you could tell woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and I'm like, are you good?
And hey, you know what? Exactly. You know what? Just as much as we call to make complaints, we should call and make about compliments too.
Right.
Give somebody
Right.
they
Because nowadays you only one Yelp away from, you
Exactly.
only one bad joint away from,
shutting your shit down.
that's it's
Right.
not a joke nowadays.
Right. Give
So
somebody they praise. They deserve it. Yeah.
like shit. So I want to take the time to really congratulate you ladies on, all your success with your show, the Grown Vibez.
Thank you.
I really want to dive straight into what inspired y'all to do that. Like, it's not, I know of one lady podcast show, and I say that to say, it's not too many women in the industry that are doing that. It's like mostly like a man
Field.
men driven field.
Right.
So, I just want to get the, that backstory.
Oh, of course.
Whoever want to go first.
I can start it. So we started this podcast, Grown Vibez. If you guys don't know, follow the Instagram, follow the TikTok. You already know. But we started this podcast about a year ago, actually, almost a year ago. And it just, probably a little bit before that too, but it just started with a conversation between Key and I. And Key was calling me for some advice, and she just connected, and we connected with one another in that one conversation that it got deep for like 15 minutes, that Key was just like, Drea, you should start a damn podcast. And I was like, no, we should start a damn podcast. So that's how that started. Literally, she was like, you should do it. I was like, no, we should do it. And then the rest is history. We started brainstorming. We started organizing, putting things in our calendar, having meetings weekly, touching base every other day, like seriously in grind mode for like 6 months, and then executed everything that we put down and we envisioned. And that's how it got started.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to take a pause right there. Like, I do want to highlight the fact that y'all made a plan, but not only did you make a plan, you started connecting heavier after that plan, because I think that that's the root of why things don't work when we try to merge together. And we merge together, and it may be the best plan, right? But sometimes we don't have the backstory to actually make that together. If we was linking up and every time we was linking up is all we do is smoke a J, it's no way we gonna be able to link up and then just start working together so perfectly. It's like we gotta take the time to really make these things work and really think them through.
And that's actually, like, honestly what it stemmed from. It stemmed from that conversation. It stemmed from the conversation of me coming to her like, look, I'm coming to you, and it's hard for me to do this because of the situation. I broke up with I broke up with my significant other.
We talked about it on the first episode. If you watch, so make sure you go binge watch all of our episodes.
Yes.
Okay.
But going through that situation was very tough for me, and I'm one who doesn't share things. I keep things held in. So having to be open with Drea and vulnerable and come to you and say, look, friend, I know I'm the one that's like this, but hey, I need you at this moment. And she did just that. Her advice, her words, what she was like pumping me up and motivating me. I'm like, there ain't no way I'm the only one that needs to hear this message. And as women, I think that too, I think that was like a point where we can like really
touch other touch other women.
And look, we can do it. And I'm even willing to be more open with myself.
And take a look at it like this. If we inspire one another, imagine how many other women that we can inspire. Just us having that conversation. Someone could literally just watch our episode, be like, damn, I'm gonna get my shit off, get off my ass and do what I gotta do. Just on one episode, one conversation that they watched. And that's all it takes for me, is just to motivate one person.
Just from our experiences, our perspectives,
and how we've learned from it. And on top of that, we got to go in with an open mind. People are so closed-minded on different various of topics, and they just have a one-sided way. No, this podcast, and I think I could say this for me and Key, that this podcast has opened our mind when it comes to a lot of other things. Like, you just got to go in open-minded with any topic that you're talking about. You could be stern on one thing, but listen to what the other one has to say and bring to the table and their experience, because our experience is not going to be your experience. We get that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, we just want to inspire, empower other women, and just really do it based off our experiences.
Yeah, and it's the grown vibes, the grown motherfucking vibes as well too. So we're gonna be, you know, our dynamic Brooklyn, Howard County girl, you know, over here. So the dynamic
meshes well.
Meshes very well.
Meshes
we on
well.
Our grown shit. So
she
we
could say Baltimore though. She could give Baltimore. You give Baltimore their props, right?
What do you mean? Like,
from there.
I'm not. I'm
not
from
she's
Baltimore.
repping Howard County.
Listen,
HC in house all day.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna stick to what I know.
Okay, stick to what you know. But yeah.
But no, as you see, like, that's just what you're gonna get.
Right.
There you go. Stick to what you know.
Stick to what I know.
Right. Yeah.
On that tip, at least.
Right.
So, ladies, how y'all stepped in with it though was a little different. It was a little different. I can say it was a lot different, right? Because I'm gonna tell you why it was different. That's actually, you know, an idea that I thought of. You know, like, that would be dope as shit if I had a party, you know, brought all the people that I felt I was gonna interview. You know, let them have a little scenery in there. You know, let them perform, have a little interview set up. And then y'all did it. And I was like, damn, that's dope as shit. And it was y'all. So it's like, you know, I love when I see that. Like, the fact of when you start something, you know how hard it is. You know how hard it is. That shit is hard as shit. It's so hard.
Going through your day-to-day life challenges, you're still trying to execute something.
Yes.
That's a challenge.
It's bad. It's bad. It's like you have to be so willing. You have to want it.
Absolutely.
And it's like, that's the test of it. That's what I love about it. Right? But through that, you learn a lot. You learn so much about you, what you don't want, what you do want. So you're able to put those things in perspective for yourself a lot easier. So how did y'all come up with that, you know, idea, and how did that turn out for y'all?
For the launch party.
So that he's referring to the launch party. And like to Drea's point in the beginning, we planned everything. So when we say in the beginning, before we even began the start and the
filming,
equipment, filming anything, we knew what the whole season from start to end was going to look like, ending with the launch party. So we knew that was something, and for us, it was like, we're going to celebrate this shit.
Absolutely, a celebratory
moment. Celebrate this shit, but we're going to celebrate it with our people. And, you know, make it be a networking thing to put other people on with each other. Like, that was the whole purpose, and that is our purpose too, to bring light. Like, and what everybody has going on. We know entrepreneurship it's a tough thing.
Just give me the line.
For real. And then it being a podcast too, right? So putting ourselves out there. Putting ourselves out there and talking about shit and having people, you know, listen and get their, it's not all going to be positive. It's not all going to be like, you know, butterfly and rainbows. It's going to be some negative shit, you know.
It's going to be uncomfortable conversations.
Uncomfortable conversations.
As it should be.
That's also another thing.
That's what we wanted to promote in our launch party. We wanted to show, you know, our close friends and family, because it was invite only. But it was just to basically put our name out there, start putting our reputation out there, and really show people what we've been working on. And that time frame is about maybe 7 months. And the last 7 months, what we've been working really hard on. So we just wanted to celebrate that moment with our close friends and family. Just show a snippet, because they didn't even see the full first episode, just a snippet, so that way we could you know, get our views in the first day. Based on that, it was just promoting of the snippet of the show, of the first episode. We celebrated with music, food, and just a good vibe and a good time. And it was honestly the biggest moment for me for the launch party was just having everyone talk about you and what you have done in their life. And I know for me and Key, that was just like a real touching moment because you don't hear those things on a day-to-day basis. So it's like to hear what we've already done in our past to our friends and family on how we inspire them with just our words was just enough for me there. So that really touched my heart during the launch party.
Okay.
And, you know, I'm happy that we did it.
No, that's dope as shit because I can't fake. Like, that's really what it means to me.
Exactly.
Like, I really be appreciating the love that I get back. But I give so much of it that, you know, that feels good just the same.
And let me say this to you, too. Sorry to interrupt you. Let me say this to you. You doing this podcast shit, like you really, like I'm looking at your setup. When I came in, I was like, damn, this shit is nice. So I just wanna celebrate you for a moment and say congratulations on this platform and what you're doing. And you got some followers. So I hope your followers follow our page, okay? Follow us on the Grown Vibez Instagram, okay? Grown_Vibez, Instagram, TikTok, follow all that. I had to plug that in. But no, back to you. Back to you. I just really wanted to say congratulations to you because you deserve your flowers and what you're doing for your culture, with your community, and I just wanted to celebrate you in this moment and say thank you to us.
That's
for real.
I appreciate it, ladies.
So so
like
sorry, go back to that.
It's good.
No, but you was just saying like you know it just you love the fact that you can touch and inspire people.
Yeah, like at that concert yesterday, you know, it was probably about like 400 people.
Wow, okay.
But it really showed me how just going out, you know, just going out, and it don't have to be a concert.
Yeah.
You can just, like, I'm in CDL school. I was like, yo, I got a podcast show.
Right. Just talking.
What's some things y'all want to hear about?
Yeah,
nobody said nothing.
Right.
But I was like, it's cool, y'all don't gotta say nothing right now. But I let them know.
Right.
And it's like, that's the part of it. You're not going to always get it right there. It's not going to always be right there. It's going to have to simmer sometimes.
Yes.
But you got to know that shit is energy and you put it out.
Yeah.
And of course it's coming back.
Yeah.
It got to come back to you. So don't look at it from the standpoint that when is it coming back, though? Because that's when I feel like
that's when you
in
fail.
my life,
that's when you fail.
That's when I always wind up with some heartache.
Yeah.
Because I'm waiting for something that, you know.
Just do it.
Nah, just let
everything
it come.
is going to come. Exactly. The money's going to come. The people's going to come. The followers is going to come. The viewers is going to come. Yeah. Everything that you want is going to come. I had to learn that too. I had to learn to be patient. This is my chapter of patience with me personally. So it's like, I can't expect to, you know, put something out there and just pick up. It's not going to happen like that. You got to take your time. You got to get to know, you know, your audience. You got to get to know your pockets. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get to know.
That's
you
true.
know what I'm saying? You have to go through everything. So I get it. I definitely get that.
Most definitely. And, you know, it spoke to me on a lot of levels. Like, I finally realized that, you know, I know why I do what I do. When I go places, the people that I meet, the conversations I'm having, it's like I'm always pouring into people, but I don't have to do much to do it. Right? It's like, it's just like naturally me. Yeah. Like I'm not, you know, I don't even be trying to do it. I just be doing it, and they'll be like, yo, you don't understand what that meant to me.
And let me say this, and sometimes you need that refresher. You need that refresher to remind you on why you're doing what you're doing. And I just want to point out Key, because we had a meeting, I think last week, and McKee was just like, let's just refocus, regain back on why we're doing this podcast, because all we've been doing was executing and not processing. So I just want to shout out to you for that refresher, because sometimes you do need that refresher on to realize on why you're doing what you love to do.
Amen.
Like, purpose.
Back to the
Amen.
purpose, you know.
Amen to that. That was like probably the realest thing said of the moment. Because not for real, like you can't fake that shit, man. I just had to experience it myself. I had some complications earlier this week.
You're gonna go through emotions. You're gonna go through challenges. You're gonna go through a lot of shit. You understand what I'm saying?
And it's important that when you are on camera, that your audience, they're going to be able to read that
energy.
energy.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know, having to have that moment and, I remember you from high school. Kind of like that, like I already know you. Like, I remember you
Right.
from high school, right? And so, to your point, like you got it. Like for us, like I'm trying to share more. Drea, she could talk too. So like it gotta make sense too.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so for you, I remember you got it. Like you have a personality
You
where
do.
you are like you could talk and you get people to like listen without
Yeah.
having to like really like hey like just by your words. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Like you have a deep soul when it comes to
Yeah.
your words and what you're giving out, what you're disputing out, and people that can hear you from right in front of you or around the corner. You just touch different people with your
Yeah.
words. And I think
So,
that's key with
you
that.
know.
Yeah.
You recognize
Thank
that?
you. You don't always recognize your gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
don't.
that's the part that hinders us, is that other people can see stuff, but we don't always live in that and feel that.
Yeah.
I can be honest with you. This probably the whole 2 years I was going through a lot of shit, like a lot of shit. I put it like this: I finally told myself that I do best when I'm fucked up, when I'm like angry as shit, because I could be going through something angry as a bitch, then 10 seconds later go do the show and you wouldn't know. That was like the best show I had.
Wow.
And I really was just going through some real
life
bullshit,
shit,
not
right.
no little shit, like some real shit. And
Right.
it really hit me like, okay, I know who I am now. Like I know that I got it.
Yeah.
Like I got it. Like it don't matter what comes my way, I'm willing to knock that door down. So once you get to that point, I think things start flowing in, because I stopped the show for a little bit.
Yeah.
I needed some time, like that refresher. And exactly when I popped back in, it was just the perfect time.
Right.
Everybody else had caught up to what they needed
Right.
to do. Everything just aligned itself to where you remember how long it took us to get here?
Oh my
So-
God.
You know how long it
Months.
took us to do
Months,
this
and
show?
I'm finally glad we made it here. It
Right.
took us months, literally, to get us all together, because we all have different schedules. We all
Right.
doing different things.
Right,
So
yeah.
it was like trying to connect with each other on one day, just for a
Right.
couple of hours, was so hard. But we did it
Yeah.
before the year is out, and
Amen.
yes.
Before the year was out. I mean,
Yes.
and it shows your growth. Like
Yeah.
it shows your growth. That's the best part about it. Everybody I connect with and have done a show with, whether it was a long time before we did it or a short time, we did it.
Right.
And you can see the growth of that person through that.
Yes.
Because you can't fake that. It's
Exactly.
hard. I got to tell the cameraman and the people that I'm meeting up with. So that's about 4 or 5 people that have to be in sync at the
Yes.
same time.
at
And
one-
nowadays,
yep.
what we live in,
Yeah.
that is hard as shit.
That is so hard.
And majority of us have kids.
like shit.
too.
Like shit.
Kids, other lives, other things that we got to work on. Yes.
And that was one of the things, honestly, that we wanted to show for our season 2. So we already have season 1. Season 1 is out. We did that shit literally. We had no cameraman.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Our camera set up was the cameraman.
Yes.
Okay,
Y'all
you hear
fooled
me?
me.
You hear what I'm saying?
talk about thugging
dump
it out.
edits on the
Right.
back end. That was something like we didn't
All
hire
key.
nobody to
Right.
do. I
That was
did
all
that
key.
shit.
Yep.
That was a great thing. Y'all did y'all
So-
thing with that. I'm really
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I really want to shed some light on that, because I had to do the same thing. So I really
Yeah.
know what you mean. It's like that's when you're at a point in life when you're like, fuck it.
Gotta
I don't give
fucking
a
do
fuck
it. Yeah.
about nothing but making this shit
Right.
happen.
Yeah, making it
and that's
happen.
it. Like, I'm not about to use no excuse why I can't do what the fuck I really want to do.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
We
at
made
this
it this
point,
far. Exactly.
right. At this point, I'm just making myself look crazy,
Yeah.
right, by not doing the shit that I know I should be doing.
Right.
Yeah.
And once you get there, it's a beautiful feeling. You know you onto something, but it
Yeah.
also comes with some things that you don't really know
Yeah.
that are about to play.
Yeah.
And the reason why you don't know, because you cannot expect, everybody knows, like, your family, they say it all the time, you know, the people closest to you, but you can't expect that somebody close to you is going to fuck you over or start
Right.
acting different. Or,
Yeah,
because
that's
that's
true.
the best part.
Right.
Right? Because you grow, but not everybody around you grows.
Or want to see you grow.
And
too.
wanna
And
see
they
you
could
grow.
even be the ones closest to you that
Exactly.
actually be the ones that secretly don't want you to grow.
I feel like we're
I'm
taking a
learning.
shift. We
So
taking a
let's talk
shift
about that
now.
energy though. Let's talk
Taking
about
a
that
shift.
energy
Let me
though.
just feeling my spirit there.
Okay.
Let's talk about that. That's what I'm saying.
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
And the subliminal or like, you ain't fucking stupid. We can see it. We know you.
So okay,
know?
so let's start from the podcast launch party, right?
Yeah.
And let's just generally speak, right? Let's just start how everybody was there, celebrating your moment. Oh, I'm so proud of you. You did it. Da 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 da. I'm gonna support you. Okay, month go by. 2 months go by. Where's that same person that said that I'm gonna be there for you, I'm gonna support you, but you ain't damn near not watch one episode, except for the first one.
Yeah.
You ain't watch episode 2, episode 3, but yet you want to see me grow. You know, you just gotta take hints of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't be oblivious to it. Don't be blindsided by that, and don't set your expectations up because it could lead into that. You know what I mean? To piggyback off what you were saying.
Yeah.
Nah.
And the importance of protecting your own
Yeah.
piece. If you see it, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, just that's why it's important, like the team that we have now,
Right.
the communication that we've had to build and have, because we've had shit going on. We've had to sit down. I've had to sit my ass down. I'm definitely one. If I got some shit going on around me, hey. You gotta pause this shit real quick, okay? Yeah, because I don't want it to read like that. So
Right.
I think that's great that you, in the midst of that, you can, do that. But having people around you, your team, like, that's why I'm
Exactly.
saying, yeah, family, yes, it's everything. But sometimes the ones that you call your family is
or
your blood.
friend.
What is it? The blood is not thicker
Blood
than
ain't
water?
blood
Whatever
ain't
the
thicker
saying
than
is.
water.
But that's what I'm saying, like protecting that.
Yeah.
This
It
is
can
what
come
you
from
want to do.
family, it can come from friends, right?
Yeah, if this is
Yeah.
what you
And
want to do, then
You got to
nobody
shed
should
some
stop.
light on, speaking those energies off you.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know what I mean? And really doing your best with keeping that shit away from you, because it's not a joke.
Absolutely.
Like, don't just be around. Like, this is not the era where you just be around people.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be around people with a purpose.
Yeah.
And it's nothing
That's
wrong with that.
aligned with your purpose.
It's nothing
Yes.
wrong with that. There's nothing wrong about being selective about who you meet up with and link up with and hang around and be around. Like,
Yeah.
that shit is real.
Yep, it
Like,
is.
when you heard you are the 5 people that you hang around,
Yeah.
that shit is not a joke.
It's
You
not.
take on traits from your family that you didn't even want to. What make you think you're not taking on the traits from the people you're hanging around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
Very
mean? It's
true.
like, that shit is serious.
I
Like,
was just having that conversation the other day, is that your upbringing is really how you showcase on who you are. You know what I mean? So if you was involved in trauma in your life, that's all you know is trauma. So you got to heal and you got to grow from that situation. I was just having that conversation the other day, literally. So it is about your upbringing. You know what I mean? And your energy reflects off of your upbringing, because it's like you still thinking about past shit. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I definitely get it.
nah, for real.
And align yourself with people, you know what I'm saying, that just align with your visions, align with their visions, align with your dreams, align with their dreams. Just making sure that you guys have an end goal purpose that you are trying to drive to, you know what I'm saying, and just get there. Go get us.
And what the benefit? What benefit do they add to you?
Yeah.
If they're not
Are you
adding
an
no
asset
benefit,
or you're a liability at this point? Like,
or
Nah, for real.
you're not adding anything to my life.
yeah.
Then you got to protect that.
Yeah.
So with the relationships,
Yeah.
we was just talking and, explain to me what it is about the relationships for you.
You about to get the Grown Vibez energy, honey.
Yes, man. I'm about to really spark it off. I'm
about
just
to
putting
get
the
the-
ball right now.
Like, we following behind your lead. What you want to know? What you trying to
I
hear?
want to know how it's been for you in that world.
Okay, you want to start, Key? You want me to start?
What? You go ahead, girl.
I mean, coming from a single woman,
Yeah.
you know, the relationship market is something that I want. The relationship market. Listen, I want a husband. Okay, the goal is to get my husband. So, but I'm definitely open to a relationship. I'm single now, but it's hard out here. It's honestly just hard to date. We just so stuck on this social media outlook, and we don't really. I feel like we generally don't get to know each other the way we should anymore. But you know, not to go too deep into it. You know, I'm open to relationships, and I'm a single woman out here. You know, follow me, follow the kid.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll say for me, you know, coming out of a relationship, a long ass fucking relationship, you know, for years, almost 6, and then taking the time by myself for about 2 years. So I'm now getting myself out there in the dating world. And what I could say, I guess, to your question of like relationships is like, for me, because I know what I'm looking for, I'm dating with that intention.
Right.
And it's like you feel like you fucking yourself up because of that?
Not really. It's just like the people that I guess have been meeting ain't been fucking real. Like,
what's real? What's ain't been real? Like catfish ain't real?
No. Well, actually,
Keep getting catfished out here.
No. I'm not getting fucking catfish, except for that motherfucking height. What's up with that?
Oh, the height.
The
Oh,
height.
yeah.
You be saying that you know.
But wait, how do you meet these men, Key?
Okay.
So that's the thing.
That is true.
How do you meet these men?
So
Right.
Social media. This is what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? We're not out here like going out to events. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
We're generally meeting people. But I'm sorry, baby.
God damn. No.
She got on your case like shit.
Like, for real. No, because like I said, I'm just kind of like getting myself out there in the dating. So like I try to go out a little bit more, you know, maybe it's where I'm going out. Maybe that's what is why I'm finding these, you know, particular men, and they're all, you know, nice. And then you start having conversation, and it's like, okay, you know, goddamn good on well, that's not what you really like.
Right.
Like if I'm able to see it, you fronting, like I'm gonna call that shit out,
Right.
you know. But I have dabbled in the dating sites as well too. And that's, I won't say catfish, but more so again, like the same thing. Like if I'm coming to you and I'm telling you, all right, these are the things that I'm looking for. These are the intentions, to Drea's part of like, you know, looking for a husband, because ultimately that's what I desire, is to be somebody's wife.
Right.
I don't know. It just, like be fronting a little bit. So that's just something that I noticed. The way that I met my ex was kind of, you know, nice. It was at a birthday party. So maybe it's that.
Maybe it's the environment.
Maybe it's the environment.
Yeah,
So
maybe you haven't.
too.
Maybe you haven't. You know, really had the experience to actually get out and really
Right.
meet someone. You know,
Right.
enough. Like you gotta know that. Just like what we was just saying with the podcast is the same thing. You gotta get yourself out there,
right?
To understand that you gonna run through a couple of the
Right.
you know
Yeah.
the bad ones before you get
And you
to
gotta catch
what you
right.
want.
You gotta
That's
catch
so
my
true.
attention too. If you talking
Right.
stupid and I can tell like you got like the same damn thing, Oh, what are you doing? How are you? Where are you from?
Yeah, you gotta have some
Like,
type of flow of conversation.
Yeah, it gotta sound right. Like, and that's what I mean too. Like,
Let's
it
have a
gotta feel
conversation.
real.
Right.
Like, are you reading off a damn
Not
checklist?
a WYD, not a IMY, baby. No, let's speak real language here, okay? What are you doing, okay, baby? I love you. Not ILY, okay? I love you, okay? Let's have a real ass conversation here. What's going on?
So what do y'all feel like y'all are bringing to the table with that? What are y'all expectations?
So let's start from the beginning, okay? So again, for me personally, I personally have to go out. I don't go out. Yeah. You know, I choose to be single. That's the thing. I choose to be single because let's make it clear, I could get anybody I want, but that's not what we talking about. No, but I choose to be single, and it's because that I'm just in my grind mode right now. I'm focused on what I gotta focus on. Now, if a man approaches me, you know, I'm definitely open to the conversation. I'm open to the vibe. You gotta determine, like, if you choose to be single, if you don't choose to be single, like, where are you going? Are you going to birthday parties? Are you going to social gatherings? Are you going to anything to put yourself out there to, you know, try to see, you know, just having friends? Because you gotta start out being friends first in a relationship. Your relationship is not going nowhere if you do not have a friendship, if you do not have that bond of just being friends with your mate first. I've learned that in my past relationships.
Shit. Who hasn't learned that?
You have to be friends first, and then worst case scenario, if all else fails, you know, ultimately is y'all goal if y'all gonna remain friends or y'all not gonna remain friends. But you know, that's just the way I feel about it.
Yeah. So for me, your question was...
I'm sorry, your question.
What's your expectation
so
and what like you bring to the table? Is that what you're saying?
It's kind of sidetracked the topic.
So for me, I will say independence, right? And so for myself, I'm not going to require a lot. I'm going to require a couple of things, you know, attention, because that's my love language. And I do think that that is important when you are with someone, you're trying to develop a relationship. You have to love them based off of their love language, not your own. So if my love language is quality time and physical touch, that means that that's what, you know, how you have to show me. So I'm going to, I guess what I have to offer is like, that like I have the independence. I'm not going to expect a whole lot from you. You can feed me, give me some attention, the nasty a lot, and then feed me, and then, you know, again, that attention. So like if that's it, like, so that's gonna be what I'm gonna bring, because shoot, I'm gonna be your shoulder. You know what I mean, baby? I'm gonna be your shoulder. You can talk to me.
Now we talking in terms. Are we talking in terms of in a relationship, or we talking in terms of just dating?
Just building relationship.
Okay, so you're already in a relationship.
Yeah,
correct?
Like you're already in it, and you know you're building this relationship. You know,
Okay.
what do you want? What do you want from this guy? What are you requiring? What are you bringing to it to where this thing is going to actually work?
Yeah, and I'm all about growth.
Me too.
As well too. So like when I get into a relationship, I'm hoping like we could support each other in what it is that we may want out of our lives, our goals. If we come into the table and we have the same end goal, that we want a big fucking family and like all of that stuff, then that's what the goal needs to be, or the way that we're going to move into getting that. Like, I'm not into wasting no motherfucking time. Don't waste my time. I'm not going to waste your time too. If there's something that, you know, we in a relationship, you're wanting to do, you know, X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, it's not exactly where I see my life. And, you know, I think that also too in relationships we got to be able to like talk and communicate and say
that's what
that
I was
and
waiting to hear.
And
that's
like
the most important thing right there.
Talk about it. To say my shit. Yeah,
like you gotta like, but that has to be established right in the beginning of like, okay, this is what it is.
Right. So communication is a big, for me, definitely communication. And again, going back to your open mind, if my partner is not listening, I need a good listener. My partner is not listening to my entitled feelings, then we're never going to get anywhere. If my partner is just listening to himself and just saying, I, and not listening to you or what we need, then it's never going to work. So I need a partner, not a requirement, because I don't like the word requirement. My expectations of a partner is a partner that is a good listener, a good communicator, a partner that, shows me that he's taking the initiative on things. You know, I don't have to ask much of you that you heard me say something just yesterday and you did it today. You know what I mean? Or I'm asking of you something and you're just doing it with no hesitation. And it works both ways. You know what I mean? And I would expect my partner to have that same expectations of me as well. Just so that way we can continue to vibe with one another and really get a chance to grow and educate, because we are not always right. I'm not always right in my relationships, and I had to learn that as well, that I'm not always right. And this is about to touch another one, taking accountability. Taking accountability for me is something that is dear near to me, because if you could take accountability, then I know that we can grow together. You know what I mean? And move forward from any situation.
Exactly.
If I'm having a situation and you're taking accountability for what you did wrong and how you made me feel, we're going to be stuck in that box forever. We're never going to get anywhere. You know what I mean? So those are my expectations, a few of mine in a relationship.
Okay. So how do y'all feel about 50-50, splitting everything 50-50 with everything y'all do? How do y'all feel about that? That's like a touchy subject right now.
It is. It's like trending. So so for me, I'm not sure if you want to go. No. For me, the 50-50 thing, honestly, whatever we decide that works best for us is work best for us. I'm not putting a label on I do 50, you do 50. What works best for us is how we're going to move forward in our relationship, not based on what's trending in today's social media.
Right.
If I'm honestly, I want my partner to put in 100. If he's putting in 100, I'm putting in 100. We have to try to put in 100, because we may not get 100 every day. You're gonna get 75 today, 50 tomorrow, but the effort is putting in 100. You know what I'm saying? So going 50-50, that don't even sit right for me. I don't even want that to be a topic of discussion. If I got it, you got it. If he got it, we got it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Now, as far as us living together and having bills and having adult life shit, you know what I'm saying? Again, it's what can you cover? What can I cover? I'm not going to say, well, I paid this bill, you paid this bill, so I need you to pay this bill and this bill. No, if we're living together, let's bring our finances together. Let's put it all together. What can you afford this month, babe? What can I afford? And if we are picking up each other's slack some months, that's okay. But as long as we're putting the 100% effort in is what I care about most. So fuck all that 50-50 shit for me. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not what I want in my relationship.
Okay.
What about you, Key?
You set the record, huh?
Okay. I can agree to that. I can definitely agree to that. So for me, like I said, I'm independent. So what I bring to the table, at this point, you would need to make sure that you bring
adding
that
it
as
and
well
not subtracting
to the table as well too. Like you have to, because what I'm bringing is it's a whole nother ball game, literally. So I need to make sure, because for me too, I have a child, and that's my number one thing, is making sure she's good at the end of the day as well too. So as far as being in a relationship, financing 50-50 things, to Drea's point, no, I'm not going to want to sit down and be like, okay. But what I will say is I like and want my man to be a leader.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, so I want him to be my husband, to be like the head of the household or whatever, and be like, look, this is what's happening, or what's being contributed, this or whatever, and we can have that conversation, but not, okay, we're measuring it, it has to be 50-50.
Right.
If he says, like, look, I'm gonna cover the mortgage, the this, the that, okay.
Right.
No problem.
Right.
What would you like? But I'm not going to be like, look.
But I'm going to hold that shit down.
In order for us to be together.
And I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing for me. 50-50 for me.
I was going to ask you.
I'm going to take care of everything. I'm 50-50 on the terms of, is she going to contribute something?
Yes.
Right.
You feel me? Because I feel like that's what a lot of women have where the problem becomes.
So
Like,
essentially,
some
you're
women-
taking the lead of everything and just seeing what your partner can contribute to.
Right.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't
Okay.
want her to really do too much.
Right,
but
right.
Of course.
So it's like,
if
baby, what
I'm-
can you afford?
Can she put in 300 of 1,000?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like, and it's not because I want her to, but I need her to, because just like the fact of the matter is, I don't want to leave my girl high and dry.
Right.
Right.
I don't want nobody around me to be high and dry. I don't want my kids to be high and dry. I
Yeah.
don't want the mother of my kids to be high and dry. I don't want no ex that had high and dry. I
Right.
don't wish that on nobody. So
Right.
I want everybody to be, established.
Right.
So if I get with a chick, she
comfortable.
needs to be established. Like
comfortable,
what
right.
you're saying. Make sure she brings something
bring
to the
something.
table.
Right.
She don't have to do everything.
So it's more
Right.
so for you, not you're needing her to give you the 300. You're wanting her to be able to provide.
Right.
Yes.
Right. For
Gotcha.
herself.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
for
not
her.
even just for me, but that she has that for herself. Like
Yeah.
she's not just a girl that just, she just graduated college. Her parents paid everything for her. She
Right.
never had a job.
Right.
And now she's about to meet this star that can just pay
Right.
everything for her. It's like, nah, that's not what I want. Because
Right.
if we get in the jam, like you said, taking accountability, what is she going to do?
Mm-hmm. Right.
She's going to run to her family. That's
Right.
what she do.
Right.
But you
So-
know what? That's a good point that you're saying is family. And I think it is too, like how you are raised.
Yeah.
I was raised by my grandmother, so she taught me to be as independent as I am
Possible.
and going out and making sure I have my own.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
always going to make sure I have my own. But when I'm in a relationship, I can hold shit down as well too.
Yeah.
But you also have other unfortunate situations where some parents, some mothers, they may use the system and just get the baby daddies and just get the damn child support, and then that's all that what you see is a collector.
Yeah.
They don't work.
Yeah.
That's not their MO, because that's not what they've been taught. That's not what
Right.
they see. That's not
Right.
their lifestyle.
And hey, there's
So that's
somebody
just-
out there for that person. That's completely fine, but that ain't for
Yeah.
us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah.
Right.
So
So
it is
it-
about your upbringing.
It's about the upbringing as well.
Yeah.
My
Because
point
my girl
is-
has definitely held it down.
Right.
Yeah.
When I wasn't, able to do anything.
Yeah.
She definitely held it down with no problem. So
Right.
that's what I mean. You want somebody strong.
Right.
You want somebody that can really handle shit. You don't want nobody that's just breaking down at any moment. Like we about to get kicked out and she just runs.
And listen, and listen, if you do your homework, if you do your homework in a relationship, you should already know what you're getting. Now,
Exactly.
some things may take a left turn or a right turn, but if you do your homework thoroughly enough, you should know what type of partner that you're receiving. You know what I mean? Especially going to the next terms or the next chapter of your life of moving in, because now you got to expect on how this person is going to handle their bills, because just the way they handle their bills don't mean you handle your bills that way. So if you do enough homework of communicating and, seeing how this person handles certain things in their life, then you can know if that partner is truly there for you. You know what I mean? So,
Bullshit.
the ones who are looking for handouts.
exactly.
You can tell.
You can tell, exactly. You can
Who've
tell from
been
a
like
bitch
that.
that won the fucking money or a bitch that got her own money, okay? It's two different bitches. I'm that bitch that got her own money, so. Just saying.
This is the Culture Cast Network. Where you get the best vibes.
Okay?
Hey, I mean,
We linked up with the Grown Vibez today.
Yes.
This has been a wonderful, event for me.
Yes, me too.
This is a milestone. We've reached it. We've got over that hump. Now we can start planning
I'm
other
so glad we
ventures
made it here.
and other things.
We took months of just communicating, talking, different schedules. I'll get back to you, but we finally made it. So thank you so much for having us on your platform. We are greatly appreciated, and yeah.
So I want to give one more question.
No, of course.
You know,
We love
what is it
questions.
that y'all can leave us with that, like a message, like something that y'all live by, something that you can give to the people? Because this is the Culture Cast, and my biggest point of doing this is so people can understand how to receive love, how to, we all have different love languages.
Absolutely.
Some people need it and they need to turn on some trap shit and hear Tupac say it in the way he talked. You feel me? We all need it in different ways and we all get it in different doses. So, what's anything? It could be anything.
I would just say, honestly, you're not alone. No matter what that means to anybody, you're not alone. Whether you feel like you are and you're just not sharing it, hopefully from, your podcast, from other podcasts, you're able to see that it ain't all, fun and dandy. We've done the work. That's the important. We've done the work, but we've also have people as well too. So, whatever that is, you're not alone. You could talk, you could reach out, and just, again, do the work it is that you want for yourself to make you happy. I'm in that place now where I'm doing what the fuck it is that I want to do that's gonna make me happy. I've given so much. I've given to others so much, just who I am, my heart. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like I gotta look. I'm tired. I'm damn motherfucking tired. I gotta do what I gotta do to make me happy. And I wasn't alone in that.
Right.
And so I had to make those changes that I'm not used to and make that change. And it was okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
And it is fucking okay. And that's what I gotta say.
Okay.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay. How about you, Dre?
For me, I love that key. For me, I would just say, be yourself. Be yourself. Be your true, authentic self. Don't change for no one. I have heard that a lot this year, and I have in the past I've altered on who I am to surround myself to be around certain people. Nah, them people ain't for me. Whenever you just be yourself, the people is going to come. You know what I'm saying? Get people to pour into you just as much as you pour into them. And when you surround yourself with the same alignments of goals and visions and aspirations, you're going to go far. So just be yourself, be true, be authentic, be genuine, be real. And whatever you want to happen and you do the work, you meet God halfway and do the work, it is going to come. Manifest the life you want. Control your mind, control your life.
I like that. Yeah. This is the Culture Cast Network. Like, seriously, man, we got some real special guests coming up next week and the following weeks. This shit is really cranking. I'm loving the support. I appreciate all the support and the love. Like, no bullshit, I really do.
And again, we are so proud of you, Sixx. Keep grinding, keep going.
Absolutely.
Don't stop. It's a vision. Keep getting it. Just keep grinding it, because that's what we're going to continue to do. Just keep grinding it and making it work for us.
If you open your mind, you can create the time.
Open your mind. That's right.
And you can't fake it.
Nope.
Like you said, you can't fake it.
Yep.
And I just appreciate the people that's surrounding me the most.
Yeah.
The people that I have close to me are the people that really help me. Like the people that, like the person that put the video together for us. Those people mean a lot.
Yes.
Like they do. You can't make a vision happen by yourself.
No, that's why we added to our team. That's right. So shout out to our team. Y'all know who y'all are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nah, for real. And we out, man.
All right.